All right. Thank you so much. Hi, everybody. How is everyone doing out there today? Can't believe it's March, right? Wow. So I hope that everyone is doing well. And we are going to actually take a slightly different approach today, because we're going to be talking about empowering the human, empowering really the pet owner in the human-animal bond. And who is the pet owner? Well, it's all of you and it's me. And so I will go back and forth between, we and you, but just know that I am a pet owner as well. And so from that, I've learned quite a bit that I want to make sure that you are empowered to do. So let's get started here. First, though, I do want to thank Assisi Animal Health for continuing to have the Webbies. One, I just like the word Webby, and two, to continue educating the entire veterinary team, including pet owners, is pretty amazing, and I'm honored to be here today. So thank you to Assisi Animal Health. So we're going to talk about the human-animal bond and how that affects not just us as pet owners, but also pets, right? Because that human-animal bond is a two-way street, and we want to keep our pets well. And how are we going to do that? We're going to strive for wellness through empowerment. So we know the human-animal bond is a mutually beneficial and dynamic relationship between people, so us as pet owners, and animals. And that's influenced by behaviors essential to the health and well-being of both, right? You are here today because you are pet owners. I am here today because I am a pet owner. And we know that the health and well-being of both depends on the health and well-being of both. And so it includes, among other things, emotional, psychological, and physical interactions of people, animals, and the environment. And just looking at some of these pictures, this is me. I'm the goofball on the upper right with my former Frenchie. She was the absolute best dog ever. But unfortunately, they don't live long enough, and I lost her at the end of October. So even now, it's hard for me to talk about. So we will go to the other pictures. So we have, a paw and a hand, right? And a dog and a cat not only loving each other, but sitting on the lap of the owner. And no matter what the species is, that is, something that you love, horse, bird, guinea pig, it doesn't matter. There's still that bond. So we know that there are health benefits of pet ownership. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has identified some of the health benefits of pet ownership, including decreased blood pressure, overall decrease of cholesterol levels and triglyceride levels, and feelings of loneliness, increased opportunities for exercise, outdoor activities, and socialization. All of these things that pets bring to us. And many of these are also on the flip side that we bring to to the pets themselves, right? The more that we exercise with our pets is a mutual benefit. So if we look at human emotions and pets, dogs absolutely can feel our emotions. Dogs can register human emotions by the expressions on our faces. We consider them members of the family, right? Of course we do. That's why we're all here. And because they're considered members of the family, they reside in close contact with their owners, with us. So because of this, dogs have developed particular skills that allow them to interact and communicate efficiently with us. Recent studies have shown that the canine brain can pick up on emotional cues that are contained in a person's voice, how a person smells, the person's posture, and they can read our faces. And I can testify to that because I do have a young French bulldog that I had, well, she owned me before my other one passed away. And she knows when I'm stressed, when we're going, out for a walk. They definitely have cognitive ability, and they do know our emotions. So talk about, a family member. Absolutely. So what are some other benefits? Well, over 80% of pet owners consider their pet to be a companion. Over 65% say that their pets help to relieve stress and help them relax. And who can't relax or feel less stress when a dog like Breeze here runs and jumps on you because she's so happy that you're home, right? And this is Ollie, and again, Fribble. Obviously, I'm a Patriots fan. Just don't give me too hard of a time for that. But I have noticed that all my pictures are in my Patriots jersey, so don't know what that's about. But anyway, again, it's a way to bond because my pets also have jerseys. Do they like them? Not really. They're used to them. I wouldn't say that they love them. They're going to go order their own, but it's a way. Again, for humans to bond, for pet owners to bond. Pet ownership also helps to mitigate those negative health consequences of stress. Pets give us so much. And so I want to empower each one of you to give back and to, I know you're already giving back, but we're gonna look into this a little bit more. And you'll understand what I mean. So there are tons of awareness months, right? Which are wonderful, right? Up here, senior dog or senior pet awareness month. That's later in the year. National Pet Dental Health Month in February, and National Pet Wellness Month, right? So there's a lot of awareness months, which are great. But did you guys know that March is Pet Owner Empowerment Month? So yay! This is a month for us as veterinary healthcare team members to empower you as the pet owner. And hopefully that's what we're going to do today. So you can see, again, these are all human-animal bond pictures, right? Because here we are bonding with our pets. And in some of the pictures, we're part of the care for that pet. So if we talk about empowerment, what is empowerment? Well, we can always find the absolute dictionary definition, right? The act or action of empowering someone or something. Now, when I was raised, you weren't supposed to use the word in the definition, right? So maybe it's the granting of the power, right, or authority to perform various acts or duties. These seem pretty stuffy to me, but we can take this definition and use them to really to search for and be part of the best care for your pets. because what I am hoping is that we are all empowered to care, right? I know you guys care, but are we asking the right questions? Are we researching? Because again, what we are looking for our pets is wellness. We want them to be as healthy and as well as they can be. And we're going to do that. We're going to help do that with the healthcare team as a whole. And I'm hopefully going to empower you to do that. So you are part of the healthcare team. And I hope that you realize that. Veterinary teams absolutely realize that. If they don't, then maybe that's not the veterinary team for you. The veterinary healthcare team is made up of the veterinarian, the credentialed veterinary technician or veterinary nurse, right? The reception team, veterinary assistants, the kennel staff, the groomers, right? All part of the team. But so are you as the pet owner and your patient, your pet. Your pet is the reason we're there. So, here we see some different images of veterinarians, veterinary technicians, interacting with pet owners. You are absolutely a member of the healthcare team. And so we should be empowered to provide care. Now, obviously, that's what the veterinary healthcare team is there for, but we want you to be empowered to provide care, because we provide care for our human counterparts, right? Whether it's an adult in our family or a child in our family. So we should also take that same empowerment to the veterinary hospital, because we want to provide care for cats and dogs, birds, chickens, whatever it is. We are caregivers. As pet owners, we are caregivers because they're members of our family. So I want us to start asking questions before, during, and after the vet visit. I don't see the chat here. I was going to ask, obviously I can't say by a raise of hands, but do you do research? Maybe in the Q&A, you can just
yeah, Kara. Yeah, we don't have a chat option, but they can definitely type it in the Q&A portion.
Perfect, thank you.
Sure.
So let me ask you just a quick question. Do you do research about the breed of your pet? Maybe something that seems to be going on with your pet, anything along those lines, maybe nutrition, pain, prior to going to the veterinarian? And please, just answer honestly. There's no right or wrong answer. Anyone brave enough?
I do see one raised hand. Yep.
Okay.
From Elaine.
Okay.
Yes, I try to get as much info as possible about everything.
Perfect. Okay. Great. Thank you. And sorry to put you guys on the spot. This is it's a very safe place. Okay. This is just for all of us to provide the best care, again, for our pets. So thank you. Many of us do, we look up, see what's going on with what we can find to be more knowledgeable, to be more educated, to help provide care. So if we knew that our dog had an eye issue, I bet we'd be looking up some eye issues, right? So again, I want to empower you to be involved in your pet's care. We know that while we're spending more time at home, we're doing more research, right? But even before the pandemic, we were trying to figure out what is going on with our pets. So I'm going to empower you to be involved in your pet's care. And it sounds like many of you already have a great start. In fact, yeah, you've maybe heard of it being called Dr. Google. We do it for human, our own stuff, and we do it for our pets. We do it for everything. The internet is pretty unbelievable. If you were around like I was prior to the internet, right? We had encyclopedias. Now I'm really dating myself, but we didn't have everything at our fingertips like we do now. But pet owners are knowledgeable and they're hungry for information. And now there's more information at our fingertips than ever before. But the caveat is that it isn't all reliable. And so data has shown that we as pet owners are more likely to get info online than from the vet. But, and I'm glad to still see this, trust in the veterinary hospital, in the veterinary team, far exceeds trust from the internet. So there's a lot of information out there. And, some veterinary team members may not want their pet owners to do all this research and come in, armed with questions. I do. I think those true healthcare teams, those veterinary healthcare teams, want you to come in with questions, because that to me shows that you are empowered, right? You want to know, you want to learn, you truly care about everything that's happening with your pet. So you heard in my intro that I am very much into nutrition. And nutrition is a big thing that pet owners will go and look at on the internet, or maybe talk to someone else. I think that's wonderful. I want you to bring in your questions, because who does that help? It helps the pet. And that's why all of us, the entire veterinary healthcare team, is in this. Pet owners, right? We want to be part of the conversation in the clinic. Let me tell you, if I don't get my, if I go in as a client and I don't get, my blood work results or, anything along those lines for my pets, that's not a good day. I want to be part of the conversation. I want to know exactly, or as much as possible, what's going on with my pet. We want to be part of that conversation, but we also want to be an active participant in the care of our pets. That goes back to that human-animal bond. Regardless of whether it's, a well pet or a pet with, a disease condition, we want to participate in the care of our pets. So many of the things that we talk to and we ask about, and then the healthcare team shows us and talks to us about regarding management, that does involve us as being active participants. When we are empowered to be a collaborative participant in pet care, then we become the best clients, the best pet owners, because we are all in this together. We are all in this to make sure that our pets are as well as they possibly can be. So you are part of the healthcare team. We do want to talk to you. Families, you're just an addition to the healthcare team family. what we're looking at is called relationship-centered care. Gone are the days when I was really young, and I'm the youngest of 6, so there was a huge span of time. And so, it's almost like a generational, a different generation from my oldest sister to me. And at that time, my mom would, traipse all 6 of us into the doctors, and it was much, much different. Whatever the doctor said, you did. There were no questions. There was no relationship because things were different. But now, as you can see from these images, it's relationship-centered care. Because again, and I've said it before, we are all part of the team. So pet owners want to know what's going on with our cats and dogs, right? We want to know what to expect throughout its life and what to prepare for. So say you have a puppy or a kitten and you go in, we're going to ask questions. We're going to have that conversation, but we need to be empowered to ask those questions. So, what are we, maybe it's a certain breed. So what do we need to prepare for through life? If it's a mixed breed, there are still things that we need to prepare for through life, through the life of that pet. So, as we see on this image, we have a Labrador Retriever puppy, right? So, what are some of the things that we want to start having that conversation? What do we want to be empowered to talk about? We want to ask the healthcare team what to watch for, right? We know that these are bigger dogs. So, how are we going to minimize the risk of osteoarthritis? We want to create that relationship, and we want to ask questions. We don't want a diagnosis later on for example, of osteoarthritis to be a surprise. So it's building trust. It's creating that relationship. Ask. Please don't ever hesitate moving forward to ask questions. I also do the flip side. I talk to healthcare teams to ensure that they allow us to ask questions, right? Hopefully we view the veterinary team as the experts in veterinary medicine. But we also, are participating in demonstrations and descriptions. So ask. Let me show you an example, of course, with nutrition. So we want to ask how much to feed, right? What to feed? How does this food impact my pet? Right? If they're making a specific recommendation, we want that as pet owners. But we also want to know the why, right? If you look at this dog down on the bottom right-hand side, that's a whole lot of kibble in that bowl. That's probably a few days worth. So we want to know, we need to know, to keep our pets healthy, how much food truly to feed. And so they should be talking to you about, the size of the cup, truly how much to feed. Did they calculate out based on your pet's weight? And then, actually, are they marking it up? So it makes it easier for us as pet owners to truly understand and feed our pet in their best interest. Participate. We know Assisi Animal Health has some awesome products, right? We want to be part of helping to manage our pets' illness. So we know that the loop is a targeted pulsed electromagnetic field therapy, right? We know this. We know that the signal delivers a microcurrent to damaged tissue that is precisely tuned to trigger an animal's own natural anti-inflammatory process. So if you are prescribed a loop or calmer canine, we need to ask some more questions. One, that's wonderful, but two, how does it work for that specific area? How do I, as a pet owner, when I get home with my pet, how do I, put this on? How does it work? We know that it's tuned to accelerate healing while decreasing inflammation, pain, and swelling. And so what we want to know then is how that is tied back to the disease that we're trying to help our veterinary healthcare team manage with this. And I have to give props to Assisi Animal Health, because everything that I've been talking about so far, they already have that basically as their mission statement. They have trademarked Circle of Care because they believe animals benefit from this circle of care that includes the veterinary professional, the pet owner, and themselves, Assisi Animal Health, with their products. That's pretty amazing. So again, just another testament to why Assisi has been providing these educational webinars. So again, thank you. We want to participate, and I want you to ask how to participate, right? We already talked a little bit about, how and the why with the Assisi Loop and Calmer Canine. We already talked a little bit about nutrition, but we want to participate. We want to demonstrate. We want the healthcare team to demonstrate to us how to do certain things that we are going to be responsible for with our pets when we get home. So, giving an insulin injection to, in this instance, a cat, right? We want to be part of that care, whether they're well, whether they're ill. And in this instance, we need to be participants. So we want them to explain it to us, demonstrate, and then we want to be empowered enough to demonstrate that back so everyone is on the same page. And participate. We also want to get moving. We're trying to lengthen and strengthen that human-animal bond. And what better way, most effective non-medication treatment for reducing pain and improving movement in our pets, especially those with osteoarthritis. By getting moving, this also helps to reduce weight, and overall health improves. But I'm not just talking about the animals. By getting moving, we both benefit, right? We've been cooped up for quite some time. So hopefully we are able, now that we're into March, to get out a little bit more and get moving. Also helps to reduce stress, right? So yeah, we're going to participate. We're going to get moving because we want to strengthen that bond. And to do that, we're all going to get healthy through empowerment. This is your month, Pet Owner Empowerment Month. We want to improve physical and emotional well-being for both of us, for our pets and ourselves. Things such as, well, we already talked about getting moving, but cognitive stimulation helps with emotional well-being for our pets. If our pets are emotionally well, they can help us with our stressors, because remember, they pick up on it. And the same can be said of cats and birds and guinea pigs and horses. Physical and emotional exercise is the key to that wellness through empowerment. Because remember that human-animal bond. I mean, this picture says, so much. And look, I'm not the only one who dresses their animals. Here's a guinea pig dressed as a cowboy or a cowgirl. So, pets make our lives whole. The human-animal bond, remember, is a mutually beneficial and dynamic relationship between people and animals, and it's influenced by behaviors that are essential to the health and well-being of both. I know I've already said this, I'm just hammering home that point. So emotional, psychological, and physical interactions of people, animals, and their environment, our environment. Because again, it's wellness through empowerment. And so I want you guys all to go forth and ask questions, talk to your healthcare teams, do your research, show them and tell them that you want to be part of their treatment. There's so many different ways that we as pet owners can do that. So I'm sure many of you are already doing that, but please don't stop. And if you've been reticent, go for it.